right, it's live right now. Let me just.
We got our sign.
Let me just check.
Muslims, you are as unclean to God as a pig is to you. Have your idolatry washed clean by the blood of Jesus.
Is it live?
1 Corinthians 6, 9 through 11. So we're doing this biblically.
Unfortunately, so far.
Okay, here we go.
His ears are starting to flop around.
Yeah.
Well, so far, pretty quiet here.
So far, it's pretty quiet.
You should say I should go on the other side this way. We got almost a gauntlet.
Well, no, I want you here next
Oh,
to
yeah,
the sign to go with the pig's head.
Right.
Yeah.
Just no one here.
There's no one here right now. But they did bring these extra security guys from the outside. They're all around the Capitol with these AR-15s.
Oh, really?
Yes. And they brought them in from the outside. That means they are expecting Muslims to show up.
But if it starts at 10, they should be here by now.
What time is it now?
It's
9:37, right?
yeah.
Yeah. You would think they'd be here, but it's not.
Are you telling me that we wasted all this money for nothing?
I don't know, maybe.
We took up offerings and nothing's happening here?
Not yet. Doesn't mean nothing will.
True. But they said they were going to bust people in from all over the state.
That's what they said.
Unless it was the biggest troll ever.
Yeah, unless they trolled us all.
And
They all got deported. Buses got pulled over by ICE, and they all got deported back to the Middle East. Maybe.
I mean, you would think there'd be speakers here. Like, you know, the one year they had speakers here. Nothing. Unless that resolution did do something. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I guess they come over here to talk to you.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Somewhere else.
Should ask him. You sure there's an event here today? Are you sure? Are you sure there's an event here today?
They're late today. They're supposed to start at 10 o'clock this morning. They're late.
Unless it's the biggest troll ever.
Yeah, maybe they trolled us.
Have a good day.
Well, it's supposed to be Muslim Day at the Capitol today. We brought our pig's head.
The only thing about the sign is you can't see the shirt when you have the sign up.
Well, take the sign, set it down here.
Yeah, for now, yeah. Just watch the wind, though.
Yeah. Just watch the wind. There you go.
That's great. Well, we're here at the Capitol. It's supposed to be Muslim Day at the Capitol here in Austin, Texas. And thus far, there's nothing. I mean, I don't even see one. This is worse than Oklahoma City was.
So far, it is, yeah.
Unless that resolution affected them.
No.
It said they're not welcome at the Capitol. Why wouldn't they come?
Well, I don't know.
You went on the other side, there's nothing there either?
There's nothing over there. There's nothing going on. There's a little park, and then there's an entrance that's not nearly as nice as this, and it looks like there's a much smaller entrance. There's nothing going on the other side either.
Just let me know periodically that it's still alive. I mean, I heard that the other people on Twitter said they're going to be here. Unless they say 10 o'clock and they're going to be here at 10. But I would imagine they'd be here early.
That's what you'd think. You'd think they'd be here early getting organized.
You know, Dave, your scouting skills are getting a little weak.
Maybe I'm just getting too...
Maybe you're slipping.
Oh, and I'm just getting here too soon, you know?
Well, no, it starts at 10. We usually get here early.
Yeah. We usually get here early.
I mean, this is worse than Oklahoma City. Tell me they trolled us.
So far, it's a bust. They're not here yet. That doesn't mean it won't change. We can stop going live for now. Go live later.
No, I'll keep going live because if it pops off, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we just spent all this money on a pig's head. His tongue, look at his tongue's hanging out.
His tongue is sticking out. He's like, ah.
It's not like we can reuse it either.
Well, Muslims should be okay with this. They like beheading.
Not even. It's not. But it's not. We can't even reuse that thing.
She's yawning. My sentiments exactly.
Yeah.
I asked those troopers if I could have one of these cannons because they're perfect for home defense. I just laughed. I don't think they thought I was being serious. But
Well,
I would
actually,
load
would that?
one of those up in the back
But
of my
would
truck
that would that meet the definition of a firearm? No, right? 'Cause it's not portable.
Not portable. Well, it is if you tow it.
Can you put that in your front yard legally?
You can legally put a cannon in your front yard. Yes, you can.
Even if it works? Well, no. It takes a lot to get one to fire.
Yeah. It's an antique. These
Right.
are considered antiques.
Well, you know, Dave.
They got a lot of police presence here today. So, see, they got two police, trooper cars here, two more down there, and then they got the whole place is ringed with people from the outside. These troopers from the outside, they're up there at the Capitol.
Yeah.
With AR-15s, they're just everywhere. They're
What I'm saying, though,
all the way
usually,
around.
even if they canceled it, though, there'd still be stragglers that wouldn't necessarily get the message unless they're that tight of a group.
They're that organized.
Because that resolution came out last night that says care is not welcome here. That'd be the only way they wouldn't come.
Yeah, they haven't passed that resolution.
Well, yeah, but it probably looks like it's gonna.
I don't know. Interesting. So far, there's nobody here.
No. Wait till 10:30, 11. If they're not here by then. It's bust.
Yeah.
I just can't see how they would have this whole thing and then not show up.
Well, we'll wait till about 11:30. Yeah, we don't want to leave too soon and then have them show up.
No. Well, we can go. You know what? We'll go inside then.
We'd have to go put this stuff back in the truck. Take it
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. Or just leave the things right here and we come pick them up afterwards.
Unless they're not already inside, are they?
Are they supposed to be inside?
I don't know. They said it was supposed to be out here on the south side. They generally do it outside.
They do. I've always seen it on the outside here.
Uh-huh.
They would know if there's like when Oklahoma City said, "Oh, it's on the fourth floor, the meeting rooms."
Yeah. The meeting.
If they're not here by
They
11,
came
we
in.
can go inside and check. You know, maybe put the coals in the can for now to hide them.
Well,
and come get them.
I can stay out here with this stuff and you can go in and check.
Oh yeah, I could do that too.
Do that and leave your cameras out here and your
Yeah.
phone and just go in and check.
I can go ask.
Because you're going to have to go through a metal detector. Going
I can ask them too. Is there? Are they in there having meetings? They would know.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's that many that come in, there's no
I don't
news
see
here.
any news media here either.
There's no news
And there's
media.
another cop. There's another state trooper car over there. And there's another one in front of him.
Right. That's what I mean.
Six
They said
right
there.
here in this close vicinity. No, there's 7. 3 here, 2 there. That's 5, and then 6 and 7. There's 7 state trooper cars and 3 troopers at this entrance.
Is the red light blinking on this camera? Dave?
Huh?
Is this red light blinking?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know if they're having Muslim Day at the Capitol today?
They're supposed to.
They said supposed to. Are you here for that?
Actually, it'd be really cool if a senator did wear one of
It'd
those.
be cool if a senator wouldn't have the guts to wear a shirt like this and they'll know this. But I don't think you'll find one with that much backbone. But it doesn't seem like any Muslims are showing up.
That is true. But they also introduced a resolution last night to say care is not welcome at the state capitol. Representative, his last name, Jaden. There was a resolution saying that they're not welcome at the Capitol because of their ties to Hamas and the terrorist groups.
Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood. Florida's already passed resolutions like that. They don't do a Muslim Day at the Capitol in Florida anymore.
Yeah. Well, they you know, I know a lady who is passing out information trying to keep them from passing Pakistan.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of ignorance.
Yeah. Well, I supposed to be here at 10 o'clock. Huh? Supposed to be here, supposed to start at 10. I saw according to their website. What did you say to them?
Well, it's all, there's a lot of buses bringing kids
Where
in.
is the bus at? Oh, okay.
But there's buses bringing kids in for like field trips and stuff.
Yeah, and they like to get the school girls
Yeah.
mixed in so that
Yeah. Looking for future wives.
Well, they
Yeah.
like to work with human shoes. This is one
Right.
of their tactics, you know.
Yeah, future brides too.
Well, let's put those missiles right into the hospital. Right into the school. Yeah. Let's do that. Then when they bomb
mean, there
the
is a
hospital,
bus
that makes
there.
good propaganda.
Maybe they're
There is
just
a bus right
well,
there.
maybe,
It's gonna kick off. I don't know.
maybe we'll see. But the buses usually come through here and drop them off here. Are you sure it's at the Capitol Visitor Center? No, that wouldn't make any sense.
No, they're gonna be at the Capitol. They said at the Capitol. Waiting for the Muslims to show up today. Where are they? I'm not advised.
I made a good point though. They are taught to deceive. This could have been the ultimate troll to get people to come here. It went straight down the street. I wonder if it's one of the kids that went back. Because they had a whole bunch of kids here. They're all gone now.
Well, those kids look they were here from a school.
Right, they were. Yeah, there's more over there too.
Yeah.
I think they're here for school though.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I should kill my live feed and wait until something starts.
You could. I got mine going.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off. Hey guys, I'm gonna get off of here right quick because nothing is happening. I'm gonna save my battery and just wait, and then you'll see a part 2. You'll see
anything-
Muslim Day at the
yeah.
Capitol with the pig's head, part 2. That will be that'll be if something kicks off. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.
But why would they say and just not do it?
I don't know. This is going to be my tag. I mean, this is going to be my.
I mean,
There we go. That's going to be my thumbnail.
it's 10 to 10. Scheduled from 10 to 4 in the front of the Capitol. Mandy just told me.
What?
She said scheduled from 10 to 4 in the front of the Capitol. Is this the front or the back?
This is the front. This is the south side.
Yeah, she said check. They said this is where it's going to be from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. In the front. There's nothing here. If they're not here by 10:30,
No, we're not leaving.
no, I didn't say leave.
Yeah. So where's the Muslim Day at the Capitol thing?
I'm not too sure.
Thought it was already supposed to start.
Supposed to start. Where are they?
You're news media. You're supposed to know everything. Supposed to.
I'm supposed to, but they don't tell me stuff too. I'm with you on that one.
Say, oh man, I'm just a cameraman. Don't pick on me, right?
You too.
Have a safe day.
Tell me Care trolled everybody.
Huh?
Tell me Care trolled everybody.
I don't know.
You know, Dave, I'm getting disappointed in your scouting skills.
Man, this is so far. We don't know. This was supposed to be like a really big event.
It was supposed to be.
Really huge event.
It was supposed to be huge. The protest, they had this and that. It was everywhere.
Yeah,
Hundreds
all
of
over
thousands of
the
people all over X saw it.
Yeah. I mean, they were talking big about it.
Unless, like I said, unless the Muslims were trolling everybody to get all the Christians and conservatives to come here and then do nothing. You know, like the ultimate troll. Or to gauge, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is the front. It's got to be. They said the south side, but as I said, the south side doesn't necessarily mean back. And you're sure this is the front?
The guy told me it was going to be on the south side. You go around to the other side, it just looks like a back door entrance.
Oh, it doesn't even look as nice as this?
No, it doesn't. It's got a
Okay,
small
so this
little
is,
park.
Yeah, this it looks like the front.
This looks like the front. It's got the cannons and all
Yeah.
that stuff. That over there doesn't have that.
The Alamo had none. What? Thermopylae?
Thermopylae.
You know what that is, right?
What is that?
That's the 300.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Had her messenger of defeat. The Alamo had none. In other words, there was nobody that survived that could tell them that they were defeated. Nobody carried the message back. They need to hurry up and get here. Our pig's head. Oh,
It's melting.
it's melting. Yeah, I don't know.
So our street preachers,
I'm wondering where they are today.
Those shirts you got to see them, I guess.
they're not here.
Not here.
We
Stay
scared.
safe, officer.
He said we scared him.
Good shirts, you're going to see them.
He did say, with them shirts, you'll see him soon. So street preachers come regardless.
That's right. We show up. If we believe there's an event going on, we show up.
Even when there's no... Tell me the Muslims trolled us.
I don't know. Supposed to be from 10 to 4.
Yeah.
Not going to be from 10 to 6 minutes to 10.
Yeah, unless they're just going to like blitzkrieg it.
I don't know.
But I somehow I doubt that.
Marching in like a bunch of saints, and when the saints come, or when the
Right,
Muslims
but they'd have to
marching
come.
in,
They'd have to come walking through here.
Oh, when the Muslims come marching in. Or
When the Muslims come marching in.
You know they'll duck and run for cover. When the Muslims come marching in. Boom!
Cut your heads
Allahu
off.
Akbar, boom!
Gotta all this work. Go get the pig's head, get it on the pole.
Yeah, we went through all this trouble to get a pig's head. We went and bought a pig's head for this.
We did.
This is a memorial to Reuben today.
See?
Now there are more and more cops gathering over here.
Yeah.
Surely they cannot be with us.
No, we're not doing anything but just standing here.
Not doing anything but standing here.
Well, like you said, it's supposed to start at 10 o'clock, so...
Yep. Supposed to start at 10 o'clock. They're not here. Just imagine if the 9/11 guys had shown up late for their flight.
That's
how
right.
different history would be. They can see him calling them. They're, what? You missed your flight?
Yeah. Here's my doctor's note.
Are you crazy? Okay, I'm about to fly a plane into a building. Yes, I'm crazy. You You hired me this way.
I couldn't go into work today. I was sick. Here's my doctor's note.
Here's my doctor's note.
Hey, look, though, Jacob Blanken should be proud of me. My sleeves come down to my elbows, so the chicks aren't
That's
going to
right.
be lusting after my guns.
That's right. You are modestly dressed today.
I am modestly dressed today.
Uh-huh.
You're not. So you got too much. You got about an inch from your elbow up here. So you're not.
Well,
you're going to cause women to
I'm
lust.
have to cut off part of my arm.
Yeah, you're going to cause these women to lust.
Like this.
Oh, don't do that.
Hey, done.
See, she looked.
Yep. Muhammad was a pedophile.
Yeah, see, she looked at your arm when you did that.
She was not looking at my arm. She was looking at his shirt.
That's not true. You can't walk in your house with a bunch of naked Jezebels running around, remember?
Yep.
All trying to tempt you.
Actually, I haven't really noticed because I'm not sticking my face out the window looking for women jogging up and down in front of my house.
Yeah. Well, Dave. Well, good job, Dave.
We went to extra trouble for them. We brought a pig's head.
We did. We were loving our neighbor, bringing snacks and everything.
Yeah, we brought them a snack. They can make pork sandwiches out of that. They can make tamales.
Yeah.
You know, they could make tamales out of that head.
I mean, look, he's got a little snout and everything.
Yeah.
See? Look, his little tongue hanging out here. See that?
I don't know where the Muslims are. They haven't showed up.
There's other people that said, I'm going to be there.
Unfortunately, so far, we're only preaching to birds and squirrels.
We're not preaching.
Yeah, we're not preaching.
Have we turned into Bible believers now? Preaching empty parking lots?
So which cannon do you want?
I'll take the one on the right.
I'll take the one on the left. I'll load them up in my truck. Think they'd be upset if they came back and their cannons were gone.
Yes, they would.
I want video,
Wait a
and I
minute.
want it now. Where did those cannons go? On each side
They're
of my
bolted
driveway.
down.
Oh yeah, you'd have to do some serious work to get those things loose. They're not just going to come loose. They're not just going to carry those things off. Can you imagine how heavy those barrels are by themselves? Oh my gosh, that barrel probably weighs hundreds of pounds.
Snacks.
Snacks. Yeah. Waiting for the Muslims to show up. Where are they?
They're just laughing. That's it. You're not in charge of scouting anymore.
Oh man. Where are they?
Guys,
How you doing?
where y'all from?
Amarillo.
Amarillo.
What's the word here?
You are as unclean to God as a pig is to you. Have your idolatry washed clean by the blood of Jesus Christ. See, that's the way God sees all of us before we get washed by the blood of Christ. We're all unclean.
Okay.
This is a good way to illustrate it to the Muslims because they understand the uncleanness of a pig. We're not here to like throw it on them.
No.
We're just going to let them see it. It goes with the sign.
Okay.
It's a visual to go with the sign. You know, that's all it's for. Just a visual.
Went through all this trouble and they're not even here.
What is the context of?
1 Corinthians 6, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
It
so
talks
he's-
about how no...
So he's writing to the Corinthians.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he's saying,
So
do not
to
be
Muslims in
deceived. Do
general.
you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit?
Well, Muslims didn't exist when the Bible was written.
Right, and so he talks about no idolater. So that's what they would be.
I know, but what I'm saying is the context of that is he's writing to
The,
Corinthians.
the church in Corinth, yeah.
Church of Corinth, which
Yeah.
was a Gentile church who had a lot of pagans and stuff living in that area.
Right.
They all came out of paganism. Corinth was a very wicked place.
You normally preach to
Muslims? Sometimes we preach at gay pride events. We preach.
I mean, do you have like
We preach like Oktoberfest in Oklahoma.
like individual like one-on-one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We talk to people all the time. Oh, absolutely. We let lots of people. We let several at spring break. We go out there and
like
we,
Muslims.
Muslims. Yeah, I've led several Muslims to Christ. The way I have a specific technique that I use.
I do too.
What I usually do is I tell them, say, look, you know that the Quran says and the Hadith says that Jesus performed miracles, right? They said, yeah, that's right. They'll agree with that. And you know that Jesus was born of a miracle from Miriam, which is what it says in the Quran. There's a whole book in there, a whole chapter called Miriam, which is Mary. So I said, so you understand she was born of a miracle by God. No man was involved, right? He said, that's correct. That's so if Jesus was born of a miracle and he performed miracles,
They believe Jesus.
Yeah, they just think he was a prophet, though.
They just think he's a prophet. So then I tell them, look, if Jesus was born of a miracle and he performed miracles, and you as an individual probably have the attributes of your father, you walk like him, talk like him, look like him. There's a lot of similarities, right? I said that's why Muhammad did not perform miracles because he was born of a normal man, whereas Jesus was born of God, not just a prophet. And a lot of them don't know it. They've never heard of it. And some of them get really upset about it, and some of them give their life to Christ. So it's
In DC, we got one by pointing out the errors in the Quran because they say the Quran's perfect, and
yeah.
I like to point out the biological errors and the historical errors and all that stuff. And if you can show them that their
So
Quran is
we
wrong,
love
then
to talk to Muslims
yeah.
and
You
converse with
definitely
them.
have a abrasive way.
Well, it's
Confrontational.
the signs thing. Signs, but fishing for men, so it's bait.
Yeah, you're sure it's so they were.
Yep, I know the
they
feeling. I remember the time.
generally what
Well, they'll come over and try to say he wasn't a pedophile,
Muhammad has.
Yeah.
but he
You
married a
remember
6-year-old and consummated it when she was
Charlie
9.
Hebdo. You remember Charlie Hebdo?
The French guy that got
French
killed
guy got killed by the Muslim terrorists
for drawing
That's
this
the cartoon that he drew.
and they killed him for
They
it.
killed him for it. So we put that on there, and then Muhammad married his third wife Aisha when she was 6 years old. Took her virginity at the age of 9.
But he was thawing her in between
He
that
was-
3 years.
He was molesting her, and then he actually took her virginity at the age of 9. So he was a pedophile.
He also had sex with his dead aunt.
Yes, he did. That's in the Hadith. Yeah.
What
It's
does your back of your shirt say? Is it saying?
the crimes of Muhammad. Shows all the different crimes.
But that's all if you look at all hadith.
Bring it.
Well, we're street
Well, you know,
preachers.
This is the thing. We don't use bombs or bullets
Nope.
or anything like that to fight spiritual warfare. The Bible says that our weapons are not carnal but spiritual.
Spiritual.
So we bring the truth, regardless of how brutal it is. This is spiritual warfare. So we can be brutally honest. We just can't be physical.
Right.
We cannot assault people, stab people, shoot
There's
people, whatever.
no fruit in there.
No, there's no fruit
Right.
in there. So we
There's
can.
actually it's probably against God's.
Yes, that's against
It
God's
is.
will for us to.
Even when God says somebody should be punished physically, that's not up to us. That's up to
Even
the
if
government
we're-
to do that.
Even if we are got our hands tied and we're about to be martyred, we're not supposed to try to kill them.
Right.
Y'all been assaulted or
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, we've been assaulted. We generally don't fight back.
The only time we fight back is if we are about to, if
we
it's
about-
life or death,
If we feel like it's life or death,
and we can't get out of there.
yeah, we'll fight back. But other than that, we
any
don't.
more of y'all coming today?
They
No.
said they were on Twitter, but
Well,
nobody's
there's
here.
other groups that are supposed to be coming.
Yeah,
out
but
today.
that's
Go to the same church or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. Yeah, we both live in Amarillo. So. But we're one part of one group, and there's supposed to be several other Christian groups coming out. Then there was also supposed to be Muslims coming out and speaking on the Capitol stage.
They'll be here.
What time is this to be here? 3?
3.
Really?
They said on their website 10 to 4.
Well, I think they're marching for somewhere.
Oh, they said right in front of the Capitol, 10 to 4.
I mean,
But you would know
they're-
better than me.
They're forming somewhere else at 10 o'clock, and they're marching here.
I think they're marching. I don't know exactly what they're
Historically, they usually come here and there's a speaker set up and all that.
doing. They're probably going to try to go inside and talk to reps or something.
Yeah, they are. They're planning on doing that. And
All right.
But we're going to be peaceful today, officer.
No, I hope you are.
We are always peaceful. We don't.
I'm retired law enforcement, so I know what my rights and my responsibilities are. So we are not going to do anything disruptive.
No, I know. I just obviously you said you're not
Baiting
instigating, baiting.
Baiting people.
Right.
Fishing for men, got to use bait.
Just because something that's offensive doesn't mean it's
If
not.
there was a group of
you know.
Muslims here, that's a pond or a lake. Or a
That's how we see it. We fish for them.
And then we use the bait to bring them over. And
Where do y'all worship?
actually, we have a home church because he just moved to the Amarillo area, and so did I. Because I was living in La Mesa, and he was living up in Kansas.
I came from Oklahoma. I won a huge,
He was
big
in
free
Oklahoma,
speech case.
then
I
you
just
went
won a
to
big
Kansas.
free speech case in
He moved
Oklahoma
you from Kansas.
at the state Supreme Court level.
You still not claiming Kansas?
No.
I moved you from Kansas.
You want a free speech person?
Oh yeah, huge, a big one, precedent setting in Oklahoma.
Supreme Court.
They tried putting a gag order on me for putting
We were
Bible
preaching
verses
at
on
the
Facebook.
Bartlesville Gay Pride, and they
Man, I don't understand.
So I posted 2 Bible verses on Facebook, Matthew 18:6, on my personal page. I said,
No
if they
names.
don't like this, how do they feel about this verse? That's all I put. And these 2 lesbians, because I preached their pride event, got upset and said they felt threatened by it. I'm like, okay.
by
Well,
Bible verses.
They had a police officer who's a lesbian friend of theirs who'd been a harassed.
Speaking there?
No, it was on my Facebook page.
This was right after. This
was right after, yeah.
Bartlesville Gay Pride.
So they got a harassment report, went to a judge who was a friend of theirs.
Got a protective order.
Got a protective order. The news found out about it, caught the judge who was friends with them, so he had to recuse himself. Then his boss, the next judge, whatever, said we have the right to free speech unless we're targeting individuals. I'm like, but I didn't even target anybody. So she said my speech on Facebook was more dangerous than if I showed up at somebody's house with a gun. I'm like, what?
That's said in open court.
So-
She said that in open court.
Yeah. My
So
attorneys,
that
we have civil
case-
rights attorneys, filed the
Actually went to
Oklahoma State Supreme Court,
he
and they
won.
overturned it, and I won.
Overturned it.
why did they even? That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. 2 Bible verses.
Yep.
2
What
Bible.
were the verses?
Matthew 18:6.
Romans 1:32.
And they said that was a threat.
And then their argument in front of the state Supreme Court is that they should be the ones who decide the context of what we say by how they feel about it. So if they feel threatened by what we say, that should be the way it's interpreted. And the Supreme Court said, no, that's not how that
No,
works.
that's not how that works. It's
Unless it's
determined by, under the law, it's always the reasonable person.
Right.
If a reasonable person would believe,
So how did y'all get involved in this? Because I would say someone that's a faithful Christian normally doesn't get involved in a lot of the cultural wars,
Right.
Well,
They should.
they should.
So what?
That's why our
How
culture is
did
going to
y'all-
hell in a handbasket.
For me, I was real big on social media. I had hundreds of thousands of followers and all that. And then the drag queen story hour stuff started happening. I'm like, wait, what? And I just said, I can't sit here and do nothing. And I have to do something. And that's how I got started, by going out and preaching in front of them and exposing it.
And me, I started off in a church, and I was a life group leader in a church, like an associate pastor kind of thing, and I led a home church, and had like 3 dozen people.
Home
in it.
church meaning
Like they call
We
it
meet in each other's
elders,
houses
like,
and-
meet each other's
yeah.
houses. Yeah. And I was in leadership at my church. It was a big mega church, but the Lord put it on my heart to go against in Amarillo. We had a swingers club where people swap lives. They go there and trade wives and swing.
It's not there anymore.
No, it's not there anymore.
a what?
Swingers Club.
Had her just in there.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was hidden. It was an underground swingers club. We found out where it was, so we stood out there to preach and stand up for godly marriage, and my church kicked me out for that. Kicked me out. So the Lord told me, you don't have to have a pulpit in a church to preach.
So
You
the-
can do
the
your
church-
pulpit is everywhere out in the
The
culture.
church didn't, like the elders of the church didn't
Trinity
like
Fellowship
you.
Church in Amarillo.
They don't like,
Me and my
a
wife
lot of
out
churches
one
don't like what we do because a lot of people don't like us. Like,
the news media gets
especially the LGBT, they've destroyed my cars. They've tried stabbing me. I've shut down over 70
They've-
drag queen story
They've
hours.
damaged my truck. I've got my truck keyed. I've had my oil filter loosened a couple times.
What do y'all
They
do
threw a
with that?
pumpkin through the windshield once.
Not just, what can you do? Call the police, make a police report. They'll do extra patrols around the house, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And then, that's all you can do. Try to
That's
put
it.
security cameras up, that kind of thing. That's all you can do. I mean, you're not going to shoot somebody over keying your truck.
No.
The only thing with the sign is though is that it's like you're saying Muslims were unclean.
That's right.
We are.
God sees all sinners as unclean.
I know, but
Yeah.
everyone is. Like,
Yeah.
Right. Well, at a pride event, we wouldn't say Muslims are unclean. We'd say LGBT, you're
Is
unclean.
Right.
So we target the message to who we're
And it
preaching
wouldn't have
to.
a pig's head. So
Right.
Wouldn't say a pig.
Y'all hardcore.
Well, you'll see us in the news soon. We're filing a lawsuit against South Padre Island for infringing on our rights.
The Apostle Paul was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
And so was Peter, so was John.
So are the old-time prophets.
These guys were hardcore. They died for their faith. But if we Christians stay out of let's like you guys. If you guys, as police officers, if you never left the police station, how much crime would there be in our society if you never left the police station?
Right.
It'd be running amok. If the church never leaves the building and doesn't go out and evangelize the world, what happens to the world? It goes to hell in a
I know.
handbasket.
I guess what I generally look at it is like, we have the example of going preach. So often what I'm used to is like, I'll come in contact with someone and maybe like, hey, let's study and let's actually open the word. And
Sure, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Right.
That's the
And
way
then-
God called
Yeah.
you to do it.
But then there's also people with courage or bravery or whatever you want to call it. Or faith.
Craziness.
What was it?
Well, we're more like polemicists, which is basically a polemicist is, you know what apologetics are, right? Where you defend the faith.
Yeah.
Polemics is basically the opposite of the same coin, where you're defending the faith by attacking somebody else's position.
Attacking the evil. You go after the evil. But like I said, we don't do it physically.
No.
We do it spiritually because our weapons are not carnal.
We're just-
This could be some of them showing up.
I said we're big free.
I'm reminded of like, what was it, Paul, when he's pointing out like to the unknown God and makes that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Stay
Y'all have
safe,
any weapons
officer.
on you?
No.
No, we don't.
No,
we don't
sir.
Carry weapons when we're out.
No, we don't carry weapons when we preach. If we carry them, they're going to carry them, and then something bad will happen.
Some battle
Nobody else
happen.
is. You don't know who else is coming.
No, we don't know who else is coming. We got
All
no
right,
idea.
guys.
All right.
Well,
God bless you. You take care.
We'll be around.
Okay.
God bless you. That might be
I
something.
don't know if that's a single group, but I don't know who that would be. It could just be a group of high school kids all wearing the same shirt.
be.
It could be band members, from some high
I don't
school
think
band.
I don't think anybody can bring weapons here.
Huh?
Did you guys do this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, really? Okay. Do you know that we believe in Jesus too?
You don't
Not the
believe
Son
in
of God,
Jesus'
you don't.
Bible.
You believe in a Jesus, but not the
the
Jesus.
Okay. That's insane.
Jesus is the Son of God who died on the cross to pay for our sins.
He's not the Son of God.
Yes, he
Yes, he is. No, he's the Son of God.
That's why he performed miracles and Muhammad did not, because Jesus had the attributes of his
You guys
Father.
are disgusting.
Because he was born of a miracle by Miriam.
Okay, you guys are disgustingly disrespectful.
Well, I think you
We
disrespect
are
Jesus
very
by not
disrespectful.
calling him who he
We
is.
actually respect
No, you
him
you
a lot
don't.
more than you do.
And every
No,
time
you
a
hate
Muslim
Jesus.
goes,
That's why you don't call.
"Boom,"
That's why you don't call him the Son of God. You deny who he is. Thus, you're an antichrist.
Flames in the buildings is highly disrespectful.
That's okay. You might learn something. I mean, we did bring snacks. But, well, I can learn a lot from you. I can learn how to fly buildings into planes. I can learn how to behead people. Yeah. Maybe if I read your Quran, I could beat my wife. Teach her how to beat my wife. In Islam, honor killings. How many wives? There's more domestic violence in Islam than anything else. We love our wives, not beat them. Oh. Where's your haji? Where's your hijab? So there's one. Shit, tell on us. I don't think you can bring weapons to the Capitol. What?
You're not supposed to bring weapons into the Capitol. I don't know about out here.
She's telling on us, see?
Of course she is. She's a Muslim.
They're
Karen.
Muslims are fascists. I mean, can you imagine having such a weak religion that seeing a pig's head makes you that triggered?
Okay, we're back live, and we were just confronted by our first Muslim who did not like our sign or our pig's head, right here. And she's up there being a Muslim Karen.
Yeah. You got to remember, you guys, they hate
Know that we're here.
free speech.
Now down the street, there comes a group of people here.
I don't know if-
Possibly, we're not sure those are Muslims or not. They're all dressed the same.
Are they walking? They're walking away or walking
I
towards
don't know where
us?
they're going. Eventually, they're probably going to come this way. There's another bus.
Yeah. But you got to remember, see, when they do that, they hate free speech. They only want, just like liberals, they only want speech that they
They
allow.
only want speech that they agree with. So we brought this sign: Muslims, you are as unclean to God as a pig is to you. Have your idolatry washed clean by the blood of Jesus Christ with a pig's head. This is visual. See, this is a visual illustration. It's part of a learning tool. And so anyway, we're here waiting for the Muslims to show up. One of the state troopers said they might be marching on their way here.
Yeah, but they said there's nothing that says anything about marching.
No, we didn't see anything about a march.
I mean, maybe I can have Amanda dig in and see if she finds anything.
She's upset about it. Muslim Karen is tattling on us. How you doing? Muhammad was a pedophile. His first wife Aisha was 6 years old when he married her and took her virginity at the age of 9.
That's right. He waited 3 years like a gentleman.
Jesus was a virgin, but Muhammad not so much.
Actually, if you read the Hadith, there's more stuff about cleaning the semen stains out of Muhammad off his bed sheets, and I'm not kidding. There's a ton of stuff about cleaning Muhammad's semen stains off his sheets and clothes. That's what his wives were primarily doing.
How you doing? So the Karen wanted to tell on us, huh?
No, it's been a couple people actually.
We haven't done anything.
But just the pig's head here was kind of getting concerned.
It's a visual.
It's all, yeah.
We're not going to throw it at anybody.
No.
Yeah,
It's a visual
health
to go with the sign.
code stuff.
Oh, health code stuff?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, so. But yeah, if we could just get the pig's head off property, then I mean y'all have your rights to be here.
Yeah.
And,
I'll follow that with the fact that the head is attached to an object longer than 12 inches that also cannot be on the cap of the ground. So
Okay.
the whole deal is just gotta go.
Okay, so what if we come back without the pole attached to the pig's head and just hold it?
I'm gonna still say because just with the complaints with the
Health?
stuff,
That's not going to affect anybody's health.
I mean, it's a decapitated thing's head.
Well, yeah, they actually serve some of those in the cafeteria here, probably.
Yeah, those are cooked pretty
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Nobody's
if
gonna
we-
eat it.
If we could just, I hope not.
No, nobody's going to eat it.
But no, like the only thing we have issue with, again, like.
Are you saying if we
troopers
come
said,
back with that pig's head, we're going to be arrested?
something? I can't say that.
Okay. Are we going to be arrested if we stay
Or
here with the
cited?
pig's head?
I can't say that. I have nothing to do with like the
Okay.
enforcement around.
Well,
Right.
if
I understand the poll. We'll get rid of that. No problem.
if you're if we have to get rid of the poles, we'll get rid of the
Yeah, we'll
poles.
get rid of those.
But if the pig's head, if you're asking, we're going to politely decline. Unless we're going to be arrested
Or cited.
or cited. If we're going to be arrested or cited,
We'll take it.
remove
We'll get rid of it. Yeah.
and we'll let lawyers deal with it later. But
See, I'm no lawyer.
okay,
Well, he's an officer. If we
either,
bring it
but
back, are we
it's
going to
not
get
our
cited
first
if we take?
rodeo.
So here's how this works, right? SVB has rules that govern
Right.
things here on the property, right?
Wait, say the
They're
S.
SVB,
It's
the
a state preservation board.
Okay.
So we're the operators of the building.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they have the rules, and we kind of assist them
Enforce it.
in enforcing that stuff, right?
Okay.
There's no law that says you can't have that, but if SVB made the determination that the head, for whatever reason, met some criteria that they didn't want it up here, then that would be our cause to step in and say, hey, here's what's going on. There's this rule you're violating. You didn't determine.
So
And
if we bring the head back, you're going to arrest us.
less that, I would ask you to leave, and then if you refuse to leave, then it would
We'd be trespassed.
based on that. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'd be arrested for trespassing.
If we didn't leave, yeah.
If following SPB making a determination saying that.
But he's SPB saying no pig's head. If we bid a pig's head, we'd be asked to leave. We don't leave, we get trespassed. Got it. Okay.
So what if we throw the pig's head in the trash?
Well, then it's
Would that be okay? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, let's just get the pig's head out of here.
But say if we put it in the trash can, you'd be
We're,
okay with that?
Responsible for like the visitor experience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As well,
Okay.
too. So we don't want.
So maybe our bacon idea was better.
So it was fine until this Muslim complained about it.
Yes, this
No, we've
Muslim is
got-
an American, honey.
Still a Muslim.
And a Karen to boot.
I am a Karen.
Yes, you are.
You are. Hates free speech. But yeah, we'll get rid of the poll and then we'll do that.
Yeah, let's just toss that.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, that
Y'all
bomb
have-
does not make your butt look big.
Oh, sweetie, don't worry about my butt. Okay?
I saw
yeah.
you
Great
smile.
house since you mentioned
Okay,
your butt.
He's got to be neutral.
so we're going to throw the head in the trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want us to actually take the poles back? If we just put them away,
Like the visitor
We'll just put
Like
the
put 'em
pole
down and put 'em away,
lay
is
it on
that
the
okay?
ground if you want to. Just get rid of it.
is that all right?
Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, generally, they're not supposed to be on the grounds, but as long as you're not
We're not gonna
actively
Holding it,
discussing
whatever.
We won't touch it.
Okay.
We won't
them,
touch
I think
it.
that's a
Okay.
good compromise.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, officer.
Thank you very much.
We got what we need.
Yeah. Is it gonna fit?
I don't know. We
don't
hold this.
know.
Just put the. Here.
Fit.
So
hold my
I'm
phone.
telling you, it was fine until she complained. That's what it is.
Yeah, it was fine until she complained.
And the thing is we were told that if we have it, we trespass.
I don't know if it's gonna fit in the trash can.
Kick it.
Wait, can you lift it up?
Can
How
you?
do they get this out?
I don't know.
How do they empty it? How do they empty it?
I have no idea, sir. There's a door, probably.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there's a door.
right here. Here's the handle right here.
Okay.
There's one right there. There you go.
There
And
we
then
go.
just pull a can out and throw it. There you go. There you go.
Where the hell did you get big head?
They sell them in the Mexican supermarkets.
Supermarkets, they make tamales out of it.
And we'll just. Hey, you want to put that down over there? You sit behind this thing
Yes,
there.
I will. I'll set this down over here.
Look, can I see the back of your shirt?
Yeah.
Crimes of Muhammad. Muhammad murdered people, took their wives. He married Aisha when she was 6 years old, took her virginity at the age of 9.
Are y'all having a rally today? Or
No, we're just
here
preaching.
because the Muslims are going to have a rally.
Well, they were
So we're
supposed
gonna
to.
witness to them about Christ. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just remember to keep it civil.
Okay.
Of
we
course.
will.
Always do.
That's always our intention. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think that's enough to call. I think that's because the cop said there's no law.
There's no law.
And he said if we bring it back here, we're going to be asked to leave under threat of trespass.
Uh-huh.
So that might be. I told you that might be a rights violation.
Might be.
And I'm telling you, it's not coincidence. We were here for almost an hour with this thing with no problem, and a Muslim goes complains, and then all of a sudden it's a
First
problem.
time a Muslim complains.
It's over, right? She complains about the pig's head.
She's a Karen.
Yep. Well, not even that, but I'm telling you, they only made
That's
the.
why I told her, don't worry, that bomb does not make a
They
foot.
only made the decision because the Muslim asked them to.
Yep.
Now we can get all their body cam footage of that interaction too.
I miss my pig's head.
But I think that's enough. There, we got threatened.
So if we'd have brought cooked pork sandwiches and offered it to the Muslims,
that'd be fine.
hot dogs, free hot dogs right here,
But there's no health code violation. It's
No.
a frozen pig's head.
right?
There's nothing. What salmon? Sure, if they touch it,
Yeah.
we're not serving it as food.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's because the Muslim complained about it.
Yeah.
It was fine until she complained, and we have that on video. That's I have her up there complaining about it, and then we sat here all this time with it, no problem. We sat here with it. Nobody, the cops didn't complain about
So we
it.
had to, in case you guys are just tuning in, we had to take our pig's head and throw it in this trash can because if we didn't put it in the trash, they were going to trespass us
Yep.
and threaten us with arrest
If we didn't leave.
because we can't have the pig's head here. So anyway,
Even though he said there's no law that says we
there's
can't
no
have
law that says we can't do that, but because a Muslim
Man, are you-
complained.
it. That's right.
Yeah,
a Muslim complained
so,
about it.
Hey, we got to kiss the Muslims' butts in Texas, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Texas State Capitol is going to kiss the Muslims' butts.
The Muslim cried about it, and she
Muslim
admitted
whined.
she admitted it
She
too.
admitted she was a Karen. Yes, I'm a Karen. She admitted it. That'll make a nice little short later.
It did. How the and somebody did say that the police cater to the Muslims,
catered
and
to
they
the
absolutely
Muslims,
do.
and they absolutely did.
And
It
now
was
there's a possible right there.
display to watch.
And now there is a probable First Amendment violation here,
Yep.
because that is our right to free
So let's
speech.
take our sign and put it out here where other people can see it.
Yeah.
No. I'll just hold it.
Got to cater to the Muslims.
Gotta wipe it off.
Man, I hope the Patriots are watching this and see how that just went down. The one person said they do. They cater to the Muslims here. Muslim found it offensive. We got to get rid of it. There's no health code violation. That's ridiculous.
No, there's no hook.
That's why you even asked about that. He couldn't answer it.
Yeah.
And the police officer said they're going to enforce what he thinks versus over what our rights are. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll give that footage over to our attorney. See what happens. Looks like it's true though. They said they cater to the Muslims here. Yeah. Because she left now. She's gone. She wanted the pig's head
That
gone.
officer, he smiled when I
He
said,
did. I know
don't
he did.
worry, that
I
dog
know.
does not make your butt look big. And he smiled. I said, I saw you smile. He's like,
Nope.
nope. I'm not smiling. I'm trying not to bust out laughing.
But our thing here is, and here's our case. We had this for over an hour here. There was no problems. One Muslim goes complains about it, and we got to throw away for health code reasons. Even though the officer conceded, there's no law that says we can't have it.
Yeah.
It's more of a policy decision, they say, because they keep the grounds,
Right.
and that's not okay.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we got something here. I didn't want to, we got to throw a trespass.
I wanted to throw it in the trash because maybe when they're all gathered up over there and we're getting ready to leave, we just pick it up and just toss it on the ground in the middle of them. And then
We
just
can't
walk
do
away.
that.
Why not?
Can't throw it at them. That is we
No,
get in trouble
throw it
for
on
that.
the ground in front of them. Just
No,
throw
we
it on the ground in the middle of them. And
We
walk
have
off.
what we need on video. They threaten to trespass us if we bring
Just
it back.
looking for another.
I know,
way to-
but they threaten to trespass us if we
yeah.
bring
I
it back.
Get trespassed from the Capitol grounds.
No,
That's
no,
been
we don't
2
want that.
years.
Yeah, we don't want that.
And for 2 years we couldn't come back here.
I mean, we'd probably win a federal lawsuit on that because he said it's free speech. It is a free speech issue,
Yep.
and he said there's no law. I mean, we have that on video, clear as day.
There are going to be Muslims at the Capitol today, so make sure you guys report any unattended backpacks. Might be lying around. You never know what's going to happen.
Karen. Now, if actually there's no symbols that a Muslim's going to have that's going to make me feel offended, I could care less. I don't think those are Muslims. Looks like a youth group of some kind.
That's what I was thinking. It could be some band.
It looks
you
like-
know,
yeah, it looks
some
like-
high school band. Or
Yeah, it looks
something.
like that's not Muslims.
There's going to be Muslims at the Capitol today. Make sure you tell them about Jesus. It's tell Muslims about Jesus at the Capitol today. There'll be Muslims at the Capitol today. Make sure you report any unattended backpacks lying around, just in case. You never know.
Man, I still can't believe that they threatened to expel us off this over a pig's head. And he said there's no
I
law.
half expected that.
He said there's no law. Like, he actually said there's no law that says we can't have it.
But you know what? We brought it. We got to bring it.
Yes, and it might have given, and you know what? They might have violated our rights.
Y'all have fun. Demand snacks. Do not let them finish this day without giving you snacks. You deserve it. You're entitled to it.
Man, I just
They're
can't.
like, okay, you're right.
Because I'm going to make the argument that they did that because that Muslim one didn't like it,
Yep.
and they infringe our rights for Muslims' feelings. And we got a video. She admitted, she told on us, and I got her on video telling on us, and then they came over right afterwards, and now she is nowhere to be found.
No, she's not here now. Mission accomplished for the Muslim parent.
Yep, she's gone. They wanted the pig's head gone, and they catered to the Muslims' feelings.
I should have just given it to her. Well, here, you throw it away. Just toss it away. Here, you throw it away.
Yeah. That's pretty ballsy though to sit there and say we're going to trespass you if you have that pig's head here.
Yeah.
I mean, before we leave, we could take it out and hold it. And he goes, "We're going to have to leave." Okay. Under threat of trespass. Okay. We're leaving anyway. We should ask this guy, is it routinely the policy to cater to Muslim feelings and infringe on people's rights? I'm just curious.
So where's that in your policy that you have to cater to the Muslim parents and their
And the guy said,
offense?
well, sanitary. You're like, we're not eating it.
Nobody's eating it.
You're serving it. It's cooked. Well, yeah, we're not serving it. There's no sanitary reasons here.
They made us throw our pig's head away.
Under threat of trespass.
Yeah.
One of your officers.
Some Muslim complained. So they came over and said, you got to get
They
rid
said
of it, get it off the ground.
SPB said that they didn't want it here, so if we don't, we'll give you trespass if we come back with it.
Yeah.
SPB does have kind of a rule around there.
It's not a law,
throw it
though.
in the trash.
That's a big problem.
No, the state preservation board controls.
No, I know.
Like, say if people set up stuff to sell and they're like, hey, get it out of here.
Oh, we weren't selling or anything. We were just.
No, I know. Just they have their own.
Well, we would sell that pig's head to a Muslim if they wanted to buy it.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
actually, we can't. That would be.
Well, there's a price.
Yeah.
We're going live. We're live.
We have to do that just to preserve
Yeah,
our
it's for
rights. And
protection all the time. We just had that Muslim lady was our first encounter, so they are starting to come in. So
You want to
just,
stop for a second?
huh?
Stop for a second.
it depends. Is it official or unofficial?
I can.
Unofficial?
Let me.
It's not a big deal. Just give me your phone. I'll tell you.
Yeah, here. Go ahead. Hold
Here,
there.
you can talk to him, and I'll
The red light,
I'll hold your phones.
I think I see him.
Oh, here you go.
So they're meeting at some Methodist church,
Who is?
Muslims, at noon. They're going to be here at noon.
You're here at
They're
noon.
going to march from the Methodist church at noon. They're not going to be here till 3 o'clock.
Oh, they're not going to be here till 3 o'clock.
Correct. That's what he said.
Okay, so we might as well shut down the live feed
I guess.
because it's only 10:30, brother. Our
Yeah.
batteries will
He's
be
like, if
long
you guys
dead.
want to go somewhere and come back. All right, we could do that. We'll come back live again later.